Hi guys, Ancient Warrior. Ain't it fun? I was watching the news today about what's going on in the Carolinas and up in there. I'm watching about all the problems over in Europe. Japanese are having their problems. So let's talk about needed resources. As I've told you, you need at least 6 months supply of food for everyone in the house. For an, oh my God, the sky fell. You need a gallon of water per person per day. Now, I've yelled and I've told everybody they need to be prepping. That you need to have a minimum of 1 year's supply of food. But I've never told you where you need to have it. You know, in some of the bigger cities, even in the little town I live in, we've had a few instances of home invasions. You know, home invasions can be scary, especially if you're there and you can't get to a weapon. Especially if you're there and you don't have a weapon. Especially if you're there and you're elderly and don't have a weapon. Because they come in, take your electronics and your, valuables. And sometimes they hurt people, do evil things to old people and to young people. You know, the other day that I read an article that there was a French rapper who's being charged with hate crimes in France because he was doing videos telling people to kill white people, hang white people, and to kill white babies in their cribs. For those of you not aware of it, this is not a new issue. This has happened before, right here in the U.S. There was a member of the new Black Panther Party who did that. And the worst thing he got was, don't do it again. So, like I tell you folks, be prepared for everything. Now, we talked about bad guys. What happens if there's a house fire? All your needed preps go up in flames. And can they fight the fire if your ammunition's popping off, heating up and boiling off? No. They can't. So you need to make sure you have your ammunition in fireproof boxes. Get some ammo boxes. They're designed to be under fire. If something happens, at least the firefighters have a fighting chance. Number 3. Have preps in an off-site location. Now, for those of you that did like my buddy did, he and his wife have quite a bit of money. So they went over here to Red River, New Mexico. Well, Taos. And bought a big fancy home over there. Big cabin. Now, what happens? All of a sudden we have an, oh my God, the sky is falling situation. What happens? Number one, you ready for this, folks? Number one, if it's a national emergency, he can't get there. Unless he's going to take that fancy four-wheel drive truck of his cross country, because most of the time the roads are going to be shut down. So what I've suggested to him is, at certain intervals, pay some of these places to allow you to keep food, water, maybe more ammunition, maybe gas, a couple of 20-gallon cans of gas, so that you can get on. Because those of you that don't own four-wheel drives don't realize the minute you kick that four-wheel drive system in, you start burning more gas. My idea of the perfect bug-out vehicle is that it should be able to get 250 to 300 miles on a tank of gas. Now, the other day in this truck, when I went to Vegas, it was averaging about 27 miles to the gallon. We was getting 370, 380 miles to the tank. But being the type of person I am, when it hit a quarter of a tank, I was always refilling. But there were a couple of times I couldn't. Going and coming home. So my little light on the dash came on. Guys, one of the first things I'm going to tell you is that make sure you have supplies along the way, because a 4-hour drive could take you 12 to 15 hours. An 8-hour drive could take you several days, depending on the emergency. So you want to always plan ahead. Be aware of what your problems are and what your problems will be. You know, I've watched all these disaster movies over the years, and I always chuckle, because they show people scooting along the highway, dodging vehicles out of gas, and not a sight of military or law enforcement anywhere. So, make sure that you have resources hidden along the way to your bug-out land. And be willing to understand. If you don't know who you're renting space from, you could lose part or all of your resources. So just, keep a running check. Stop by, visit with them, get to know them real well. If they're talking about not having something, try to help them out with it. try to keep them on your side as much as you can. So, that's the world according to the ancient warrior. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. Good day.